Hey everyone, I hope everyone's doing good. Things are looking pretty good here. We've had so much rain that I was beginning to worry about these raised beds, but they're draining pretty good, so I think I'll be all right. We got some more rain expected and some really, really cold weather for our part of the world anyway. Won't be long before we can harvest some cabbage, maybe several more weeks. And as you can see, I harvested the mustard and cooked it, and it was delicious. I even ate some of it myself. And I'm not too worried about, it's supposed to get down to like 17, 18 degrees here. I'm not too worried about the brassicas, or the onions for that matter, but I am going to put frost covers over them, just in case. On the other hand, these potatoes, these bug-eaten tops, have been growing since September. And I know they've took a few frosts and it's burnt back the leaves somewhat. Plus whatever was eating them has just continued to munch on them. I sprayed them once with BT and we got a downpour a couple of days later, so that was the end of that. So I'm just going to go ahead and take them out over the next couple of days. And probably should take them out today. See if there's anything under there. And if there is, harvest it. And be thankful for what I get. I will be thankful for what I get. Hope everybody's doing good. We still got a bunch of limbs down all over the place. My son said, well, actually it was my niece said there was no point in picking them up till this other storm come through. And I had some potatoes sprouting in the kitchen, and I went ahead and stuck them in these grow bags here. I'm just going to pile some more soil on them and a bunch of leaves. We got leaves everywhere. These trees here just dumps them by the tons, and pile a bunch of leaves on top of them and put them up against the house, and hopefully they'll be all right. If not, the potatoes were no good anyway. They were sprouting and getting a little bit soft. So they may or may not ever come up, I don't know. It was just a shot in the dark, and you don't ever know until you experiment. Like with these, I didn't know. I just loosened up the soil there, put down some pre-plant fertilizer, and put them on all the cut pieces on top of the soil, covered them with straw, and miraculously they came through. And I've grown this long, and probably would look a lot better if I had sprayed them with something to keep the bugs from eating them. And I'm almost positive it's slugs. I hope a lot of those slugs ate them while they had the BT on them, because they got washed off the next day. And I got buckets sitting out here everywhere. I got some fertilizer that you mix in water, and I like to catch the rainwater when I can and use it instead of from the garden hose. I did have to poke some holes in this end of this raised bed because water was just standing here. Can somebody tell me why all of my leeks are standing up really pretty, like so? And the onions are all flopping over like so? Maybe the onion leaves are heavier, or I don't know. But I saw Travis's onions, and he put his in around the same time I did, within a week or so of mine, I think, maybe 2 weeks. And all of his are standing up pretty and proud, kind of like this one right here. But you see how all my leaves are flopped over, and maybe it's because they're shaded so much of the day. But now that the days are starting to get longer and the trees are losing their leaves, they're actually getting more sun now. That's a good thing. Not so much in the summer, but right now it'd be a good thing. Celery is doing great. I've heard people say it's so hard to get it to germinate. I just sprinkled it in the beds, and it came up like crazy. This is my first time, I think, growing celery in a raised bed. If I've grown it before, I grew it from a bottom that I cut off of a celery stalk. I don't remember planting any from seed before. And there's no way I ever needed that much celery. I've got some in this bed. I've got some scattered around in this bed. Some in that bed. Some in that bed. Some in that bed over there. I even took out some from the onion bed over there and stuck it in there by the broccoli, cabbage, and lacinato kale, and curly leaf kale over there, and there's some mustard over there. These girls think I'm gonna give them. I've already gave them a bunch of kale this morning. I'll give them some grain this afternoon to keep them warm tonight. And well, that's all for me. Garlic looks like garlic. I can't tell how well it's doing or what it's growing, and we'll see if it's going to actually clove out like I'm hoping it will. It is so hard to get garlic to make a real clove in the deep south. We just don't have a long enough cold season. And there's a sprout for one coming up that was very, very late to the party. All right, I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas and a blessed and happy New Year. I believe 2024 is going to be a trial and a test for most of us. Just keep your faith in the Lord. That's all we can do. He's our everything. God bless. Keep safe.